What is chiaroscuro? Today, we're going to find out. The use of chiaroscuro begins during the Italian Renaissance, from which its name comes. Chiaro means bright, and scuro means dark in Italian. Chiaroscuro literally translates to bright dark, and what better way is there to describe this method? The subject is placed in a dark space and then is illuminated with a single intense light source. This creates some dramatic visuals in the artwork. Chiaroscuro could be applied to any subject to invoke its drama. Here, Caravaggio uses a single light source to make this fruit emerge from the velvety background. Not only does this create mood in the painting, but it also helps add depth to the image. The bright highlights reach outward tantalizingly towards the viewer's face, while the shadows recede into the background. Rembrandt's portraits are iconic examples of chiaroscuro. His subjects often emerge from shadow, their features illuminated by a golden glow. Here, Rembrandt stands before us, holding his palette, brushes, and malt stick, the tools of his trade. The painting exudes monumentality and intrigue. Let's take a look at the parts of a shadow. Here we have a sphere lit with a single bright light source in a dark room. On the side, you can see a value scale. These are going to get arrows on them as we look at the different parts of the light that's hitting this sphere. Let's start with our highlight and our light. This will be our first and second value on the value scale. Our highlight is our brightest part in the entire image, and here I've got a little oval around it so you can see where it is since the camera kind of washes it out a little bit. Next, we're going to look at the midtone, or the penumbra, and the core shadow. The core shadow is the heavy dark shadow that's on the sphere itself, while that penumbra is that change as it transfers from that lighter area to that darker area. Finally, we have the cast shadow and its penumbra, which is around the outside of it, on the table there. The cast shadow is one of our darkest values in this image, and the edge of it has that shiny, fuzzy kind of penumbra around it, that section that is the outside of every shadow. Finally, there is some light bouncing off the table and back onto the sphere. This is called our reflected light, and it sits again in the midtone area of our value scale. Now you might be asking, what is up with this penumbra business? What's up with this fuzzy area at the edge of shadows? Well, they all have blurry edges. The edges of shadows in reality are blurry or fuzzy looking, and this is because of the way that light travels to the object, even from the same light source. Light from different parts of the source are able to travel into the shadow area because they emanate from different points in space. The dark center of the shadow is called the umbra, and it's where all the light is blocked by the object. But the edges of the shadow, the penumbra, are where some of the light is still able to reach. And that's how we end up with that penumbra space. Now it's your turn. Why don't you click on one of these other videos here to find out how to make some chiaroscuro drawings of your own. Or YouTube thinks you might like this other video. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button.